Hi everybody, and welcome to these how-to videos from Kerapod featuring our support products from Isotech. On these videos you're going to learn in detail how to get the optimum results from all of the Kerapod keratin smoothing treatments. Within this how-to video, we're going to be featuring an incredible service. This is Express Smoothing Treatment from Kerapod. Now, who is the right person for Express? You know, a lot of our clients that come into the salon perhaps love their curls, but the downside with curly hair is that it never does the same thing twice. Sometimes the curl is formed beautifully, sometimes it can even look frizzy. What Express is going to do is maintain that curl, but control it so that the results of that client's curly hair are much more reliable day to day when she styles it herself. We're going to move on and join my colleague Roger, who's going to take us through the perfect way of using Express smoothing treatment and how to ensure that we get the optimum results. Let's join Roger.
Hi, my name is Roger Cribb. Welcome to this session on Kerapod smoothing treatments. Today I have my model Natalie, and we have chosen the Express smoothing option within the Kerapod system. The reason we chose Natalie is because she has thicker, more dense, slightly coarse texture hair. So what we're going to do when we pre-prep, we're going to use the clarifying shampoo to get rid of all the residues in her hair to give it a good prep for the Express service. After the clarifying shampoo, of course, to remove all the residuals off the hair to make for a better service. So what we've done now is we've towel dried the hair. We want to remove about 80% of the water content in the hair so it makes for a better application, so the product has that time and ability to be able to stick and absorb into the hair to get the best end result. So we're 4-section parting. So within the 4-section parting, we're going to take now subsections horizontally, starting at the bottom and working its way up. There are occasions where you need to kind of like start where the texture is the most intense, but we're just going to keep it standard. We're going to work in from the bottom and we're going to work all the way up. So I'm going to take my section. We're going to work with our Kerapod, of course. And I like this because it is individually packed. So with the Kerapod Express, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Isotech brush. We're going to dip right into the pot. We don't need those bowls anymore. And we're going to tap, tap, tap about every 4 inches, depending on the length and the texture of the hair. And just little taps. We don't want to oversaturate. We're just trying to get just enough to get the job done. So when we put the product into the hair, we're going to just smooth the texture. If you notice, just little few taps, and we're going to push it right up towards the base. We're not trying to saturate the skin. We want to saturate the hair. And we're going to saturate through and pull towards the ends. We can set our brush down. Now we're going to take our comb, make sure we get it all evenly distributed from scalp to ends. When you see it shine and glisten, that's when you know you got a good application. And don't forget, each of your subsections has to be to a thickness to where you can see through the section. If it's too thick, you might just saturate the top and not the middle or the up underneath side. So I'm going to lay that down. So we're going to keep on moving. We're going to move right on up, taking, again, thin enough sections to where I can see through the section. Dab, 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 dab. If you see I'm skipping space there, hit them ends, drop that down the brush, and again, work with my 2 fingers and just smooth it and make sure you really kind of push it up towards the base. Move it down. Make sure you got even distribution. Take that comb, fine tooth comb, and we're just gonna move the product right on through the hair. Make sure it's all evenly distributed. So we're coming up on our last section. So with the Express service, we actually time for 15 minutes. And after the 15 minutes, we're not going to shampoo. We're actually going to go right into the blow dry. And so here we go. We're going to finish this up. Make sure we have a good even distribution. Look for that consistent shine and sheen on the hair that lets you know you have exactly what you need before you start your timing. So now we've just finished our 15-minute processing on Natalie. With this particular treatment, we do not need to shampoo this out, so we're really just going to blow dry right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take my paddle brush. I'm going to reduce the amount of water content in her hair by approximately 80%, and then we're going to start going in with our refining. So we're going to start with a paddle brush, and then we're going to go into a round brush blow dry. So of course, I'm always going to be using my EasyTech Vulcan MX blow dryer. So I'm going to make sure I just move this in almost a flat wrap sectioning. And when I get about 80% dry, we're going to switch to our round brushes. Really getting the heat into the hair, making sure not to burn your guests. All right, I'm going to direct everything back. I'm going to take this into a 4-section parting again. And we're going to start our round brush blow dry to finish this immaculate blow dry. So now we just finished our paddle brush blow dry. We're going to go right into our refining. We've removed about 80% of the water content with the paddle brush with a flat wrap technique. So now we're going to go right into the round brush technique. It's one of my loves. I love round brushing hair. So this time we're actually going to come from up underneath because we're going to really kind of build it up. I got my 4 sections and we're just going to allow that heat to really penetrate to the cuticle. And it's really going to lay it down. So I'm going to go right in, brush on, up underneath, and then blow dry on top. And if you notice that I'm working nice and slow, I'm letting the heat get into the hair to really flatten out that cuticle. I'm going to clip this next section, and then I'm going to visit you back again when we finish up this blow dry. All right, guys, so now we're going to be finishing up this blow dry. As you notice, we did the paddle brush to reduce the water content up to 80%. Now we're finishing up the round brush blow dry. And as you can see, it's a really nice and shiny blow dry. You want to make sure that your blow dry is immaculate, and it makes your iron work so much easier. And of course, you just want to make sure you give the best service that you can possibly give to your guests from start to finish. So we're just going to finish up this blow dry with this last little section here, again with my metal round brush. After we get done with the blow dry, we're going to immediately go right into our iron work, and that's just going to set the finish on her hair to give it that great, fantastic polish and shine that she desperately needs. That's it for the blow dryer. We're going to get ready to iron. Okay, so we have finished the blow dry. As you notice, it was nice, shiny control. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go right into the ironing aspect, which is the finish of our service here. So with Natalie's texture, she has slightly coarse texture, so I'm choosing to go with a temperature of 400 degrees. I'm using my KTX 1.25. That's going to be my go-to for this particular service. So when we are going in, we want to make sure, again, when we're using the iron to finish out this service, and of course, I want to make sure I got everything nice and clean and set up in 4 sections. I'm going to take my iron. It's already preset to that 400 degrees. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this hair out. Again, you got to be able to make sure you can see exactly through this section. So I'm going to pull some tension on the hair. When we go in, we're going to make sure we do a little tap, tap, tap. You don't want to clamp down because you're going to stamp a line. Also, you're going to really put some intense heat to the scalp area, and you don't want to burn your guest's scalp. It would not be a great service for us. So we're going to go right in and just tap, 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 tap. You can see the steam, and we're going to work right on down into the ends. So we're going to make sure that when we're working, we're going to take our fine-tooth comb to make sure we really super define her texture. So we're going to continue right along. We're going to make sure we have horizontal sections moving up and forward, pulling the hair out of our way. We're going to pinch the section, make sure, you know, we already got the section below it, so density is fantastic. We're going to go right in, tap, 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 iron through. Always make sure that you keep your iron moving. Take your fine-tooth comb, boom, follow it with your iron again, and just define all those little hairs. Each individual hair deserves plenty of attention. And keep on going. Just going to do a few more sections, and then I will probably meet you back at the end to finish off this service on Natalie. So we are going to be finishing up this style on Natalie. And this is the last section. And again, just remember, we're going to stretch the hair. We're not going to pull it straight up. We're going to kind of angle this a little bit downward, not to give too much expansion. Again, we're still going to be going right into the base. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, so here we go. Nice, beautiful ironwork finish with an immaculate blow dry first. Both of those finish and the blow dry support each other. It's very important. To finish off Natalie's style, I'm going to be using the Smooth Protect. This is a Kalahari melon seed oil, and it's fantastic because it's very lightweight. So I'm just going to do a few little pumps, work it through my hands. I like what Paul said about the destination from bottle to hair is good distribution through your hands, so you don't just plop that product all through the hair to just give, like, you know, an oily kind of result. You want to take that product, work it right through the up underneath first, and we're just going to rake the product through the hair because it's really evenly distributed through my hands, so all the hair gets just a touch of product just to give her that increased surface shine and control. And if you see, I'm just really kind of working it nice and softly through the bottom, through the top, through the mids to ends. And we're just going to finish off that result. I'm going to take my paddle brush and just make sure I get a little bit more distribution. And just going to work the product again through the hair. And as you can see from this beautiful finish, nice, shiny, super controlled. Look at that surface shine. Look at the smoothness. It's just beautiful on Natalie. What do you think? This is it. This is the final finished result on Natalie.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you found our how-to videos on Kerapod informative. We gave you some hints and tips for things that you will be able to use within the salon. Please keep joining us at kerapod.com, where we will constantly be adding new hints and tips videos on new, fresh ways to use Kerapod to get a variety of wonderful high conditioning results. Thank you so much.